Oh, that's awesome.
Thank you.
That is good. That has enough hops in it.
So this, so my approach with the IPA was that I wanted to have something. I thought about so if somebody was to, just if the IPA was invented from scratch today, I think that there are some people that would prefer to kind of look at the style with considerably less bitterness than your average IPA. If you think about, if you compare it to wine, for example, when somebody has a wonderful vintage, they've got a vine that's 200 years old that does things that are amazing and non-recreatable.
Right.
You wouldn't put another flavor in that wine that distracts you from that.
No.
And I think of hops that way, where hops are these just amazingly complex, aromatic, flavorful, almost impossible to understand that nature can create something.
They're pretty amazing.
Something that sensorily impressive, and to me, when it's paired with a high level of bitterness, sometimes that can be distracting from that. And a good IPA is something that I like to savor, I like to sip, and I want my palate to be blown out when I'm done.
Right.
So now I will order and I will drink those beers.
Oh, I love a good palate wrecker,
right,
man.
and that's wonderful. But that wasn't what I wanted to make.
Right.
I don't know that I've had anything interesting to bring to the table in terms of the palate wrecker. I think that's been where.
No, this has an excellent.
So
I think it's a good balanced bitterness that you have here with the hoppy flavors.
Yep, it's by formula. It's about 40 IBUs.
Okay.
But
which
we use Magnum, so it's
I was actually
clean.
going to ask. I'm sorry.
Oh.
I was actually going to ask which formula you're using.
It's Rager Beersmith.
Okay.
So it's a really smooth bitterness. It's not. It's I don't think of it as contributing to the flavor. I think it contributes to the balance of it. Where if you're, bittering with Chinook or something like that, it's so distinctive.
Right.
It's part of the profile. This is just almost
Magnum.
It's just a bitterness to balance the sweet of the malt and the alcohol, but it really doesn't add any character. I don't think any unique character to the beer. So
Magnum's a very well-rounded hop when it comes to bitterness.
I use it
I really like it.
I use it to some extent in every one of my beers.
Okay.
I blend it for bittering with some other in some recipes,
right.
or it's the sole bittering. I'm a big fan.
Because it's super high alphas and it's cheap.
It's affordable. It's predictable. Yeah. That's German.
The Germans know their beer.
They do know their beer.
I would love to be able to brew beer like the Germans, but I don't have hundreds of years of experience.
Yeah, there's that. And the flavor and the dry hop in this is Falconer's Flight.
Okay.
From Hop Union.
The normal Falconer's Flight or the Falconer's Flight 7Cs?
Straight old Falconer's Flight.
Okay.
I think
it's a delicious blend.
It is, and there's compared to, I've brewed a lot of beer with Centennial, and I love that hop. But I think compared to either Cascade or Centennial, this blend is, I think it's more complex than those. And those two hops are kind of on their own, which are wonderful hops.
Right.
But this does a little bit more rind, a little bit more of like the zest, I think, of some of the citrus than just straight citrus.
Okay.
And and there's also something of a kind of a woody cedar note in there that it's a wonderful part of that hop that I think is great.
Yeah, with the blend of the hops, you're going to get more dimensions. I know, depending on how you use it, Centennial can come out tasting like straight grapefruit juice.
Yeah, which when you want that is wonderful.
Yeah.
But again, that's I didn't want to. That's not really what I was going for. So.
No, this is delicious, man. Durham needs a delicious IPA. I mean, there are some.
There's always room for more.
There's always room for more IPA.
Absolutely.